Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So, as always, I'm just gonna jump right in. The first one I have here is this guy. This is Versace Crystal Noir. This is the only fragrance in this crystal line, or I guess it's the crystal line, bright crystal, yellow diamond maybe. But yeah, the only one in this whole line that I really enjoy. And I love this fragrance. This is mostly coconut and gardenia. It's got a brightness to it, but it is a really like sultry, warm smelling fragrance. And I just love this one. And mine is the original formulation of the EDP. There's so much confusion around this fragrance. I usually don't even like to talk about it on this channel because people get very testy about it, but my original EDP formulation has coconut in it. I don't know if I know it's been reformulated, but I'm not sure if the reformulated EDP or EDT is the one with coconut in it. All I know is that if you go on Fragrantica and start reading reviews, people that owned this version and then like went through a bottle and then went to repurchase it after it had been reformulated were not happy because it didn't smell the same as what they'd remembered. I haven't bought any of the newer bottles yet, so I'm not totally sure like what is going on there, but I do know that mine is the original formulation of the EDP and it does have beautiful gardenia and coconut. And I love it. It's an absolute beast of a fragrance. This is a one and done, spray it on, and you are gonna smell like this. Like I wore this yesterday, and when I woke up this morning, my pajamas smelled like this. It's just an absolute beast of a fragrance. I adore it. I hate to have to pan this, or pan it to finish this bottle, but I feel like I really need to work on doing that and then go ahead and just buy one of the reformulations. Anytime that I'm gonna work through a bottle of a vintage or an original formulation, like I'm definitely gonna save a little bit, but I do wanna use it mostly up before it goes bad. I think this has got years on it still before it would go bad. It still smells perfect, but I just don't want to chance it going bad and me not being able to enjoy it. But anyways, so you guys will probably see this one a lot this summer, just because I plan on wearing it a lot. I do want to get through as much of it as I can. So anyways, that is Versace Crystal Noir. Next, we have this one here. This is Jennifer Aniston, just the original Jennifer Aniston fragrance. This is another one you guys will probably see a lot of. This is another one that I would like to get through by the end of this year. And since it is such a summer fragrance, I feel like I need to get through it by fall, which I don't think is going to be a problem. Anytime I wear this, I have to reapply it every couple hours, and I overspray a ton. So I think honestly maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 good wears and I'll be able to go through this. I love this though. This reminds me of like 80s beachy fragrances. It's sweet, light, white florals, but it's got this like 80s, almost suntan lotion vibe kind of. It smells like what I remember Sand and Sable smelling like, but I remember Sand and Sable being much stronger. I need to pick up a bottle of Sand and Sable just because I want it back in my life. This is what like prompted me to want that perfume. But yeah, the performance on this one is really bad. I don't think I can even get 2 hours out of it. Maybe an hour. Yeah, maybe an hour. I can say it performs much better in heat than it does in the wintertime. In the wintertime, it's almost like you spray it on and then you can't even smell it after you spray it on. At least in the summertime in the heat, I can smell it for a good hour and a half or so before I would need to reapply it, but it's a beautiful fragrance. I do love it. So anyways, that is the original Jennifer Aniston. Next, I wore this beauty. This is Armani C. Fiori, and I love this fragrance. This one does get compared to Love Don't Be Shy from Kilian, and I definitely get the comparison. I swear I'm smelling Love Don't Be Shy in everything at this point. I feel like it's everywhere. In fact, I should have put that, that should have been one of my fragrances in the very popular fragrances I don't like. The difference with C. Fiori though is C. Fiori is lighter. It's got more of like a powdery aspect to it. The black currant in the C. Fiori gives it this really beautiful, almost kind of berries and cream aspect in the top. But you still get that kind of beautiful orange blossom, vanilla, love don't be shy combination. It's just really, really tame. It doesn't have that syrupiness that love don't be shy has, which is what I don't like about it. It's a little bit too syrupy. It's a little almost sickening sweet, and I love sweet, but it's a little too much for me. But this is beautiful. It's light and airy, and it has that beautiful powderiness, and the black currant, which gives it this gorgeous kind of sweet berry kind of thing. I don't know. I love it so much. So I pulled the bottle for the video, but I'm working through my travel spray of it. So I actually wore the travel spray, but just for a better visual, I pulled the bottle. So anyways, that is Giorgio Armani C. Fiori, such a beauty. Okay, and this is another one. I pulled this for my coconut fragrance video and I could not put it away until I wore it. This is another one you'll probably be seeing a lot this summer because I don't know, I'm kind of addicted to this fragrance right now. It's one of those fragrances that I'm like craving it, you know, every day or every other day, and that is Dolce Garden. This is funny. I need to do a video about perfumes. I think I did just do a video about perfumes that don't match the bottle. This is absolutely one of them. When you see this bottle, Dolce Garden, you see the flower and the garden is in green, so it gives you this idea that it's going to be like a garden type fragrance, like light, sweet florals, maybe some green. That's not what you get at all with this. This is like creamy coconut almond sweet with some sweet florals. So like sweet florals, but mostly like a coconut almond mix, like really sweet and beautiful, creamy coconut and almond. It's such a cozy, warm weather fragrance, which is why I love it so much, because I'm always looking for cozy even in the high heat. And I just love this. I've never smelled anything that smells quite like it either. I need to look up to see what people think this smells like because I've never smelled anything really like it. It's very distinct. It's very unique. And I guess that's why I really love it. And especially for being like a coconut fragrance. It's hard to make coconut smell unique at this point, I think. But this one is still, I don't know, it still is quite unique smelling and really beautiful. But yeah, this one is a beast on me too. This one I can easily get 7-8 hours out of. I never had to reapply it. So yeah, it's definitely a good one. We'll get you through an entire day, especially in the heat. It's great. This is a good all year round one because it's so comforting and creamy, but I do love it in the summertime. So anyways, that is Dolce Garden. Okay, this next one, so I was really, really surprised by this because I wore this a lot when it was cold and it performed beautifully in the cold. So I wore this the other day and it was really hot out, like 80 degrees. And sadly, I couldn't smell it after maybe 10 minutes. So I'm thinking that this one is better worn in cooler months. That is this perfume here. This is called To Portray from Portrayer. This is a beautiful perfume. This one is called Enhancer, and it's basically just supposed to be like a your skin but better kind of fragrance, like enhancing your own, you know, really nice smell. I love it. It's a molecule fragrance, so it's kind of like, the closest thing I can compare it to is like Not a Perfume from Juliet Has a Gun, but I like this so much more because this one is more, it's like slightly sweet and clean and fresh smelling and not woody the way that Not a Perfume is. Not a Perfume goes super, super woody on me, almost like Molecule 01. But this one it's like that, but I love this one so much more because again, it's more sweet and fresh. It's so beautiful. This one is Bergamot, Ozone, and Ambrette. And I love Ambrette so, so much. But yeah, just beautiful. This thing is a beast in the cold weather. It lasts forever. It actually projects. For being a molecule type perfume, it's like everybody around you is going to smell it for sure, and you can smell it on yourself for a good long time. In the heat, it was gone. Now, I bet the other people would be able to smell it on me in the heat. I just couldn't smell it on myself. So anyways, that is To Portray from Portrayer. I love this fragrance though, it's so beautiful. Okay, next is one that I just picked up from Al Rashad. This is a fragrance called Tropical Paradise Pour Femme from a brand called Nuvo. And this is a $2.95 perfume, which is crazy. They've got a whole bunch of like $3 perfumes. And I will say, so this one, it doesn't last the longest. This is definitely, it's definitely like, it's not quite as light as maybe a body spray would be, but it definitely doesn't perform like a really good perfume. You can get an hour or an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours out of it before you would need to reapply. I cannot for the life of me remember what somebody told me this was a clone for. I want to say it was like Elizabeth Arden Mediterranean or something like that. Tropical, or Paradise, maybe Beyond Paradise. Maybe, yeah. Is that an Elizabeth Arden or is that Estee Lauder? Estee Lauder Beyond Paradise? Is that what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that's what they said it was a dupe for. I like it though. It's really like light and fresh and clean. It's got those kind of sharp, beachy white florals in it. They give it a kind of vintagey 80s vibe again, kind of like a little bit like the Jennifer Aniston, but the Jennifer Aniston is much more smooth. This one is much like sharper. Not quite as smooth, but it's still really nice. It's got like solar notes in it, which, you know, just give it that kind of, I don't know, it's got like an 80s beachy vibe to me. I really enjoy it. I think it's going to be great for, you know, just an easy, like spray it on, enjoy it for a while, and then you can spray something else on as soon as it wears off kind of perfume. For $3, I am not mad at it. That is for sure. So anyways, that is Tropical Paradise Pour Femme from Nuvo. Again, you can pick those up on Al Rashad for their $2.95, and they've got a whole bunch of different ones too. Okay, next, I wore this one here. This is a fragrance that I picked up during the Sephora VIB sale, and I had such high hopes for this. This is Armani C, the new C Intense, and it's really nice. Don't get me wrong. It really is just a much more intense version of C. But because I'm not the biggest fan of C, it's just not my favorite. I mean, it's fine. I'm gonna go through the pen spray for sure. This is one that'll go into my kind of project pan. I went through that much with one wear. So, and only reapplying it once. So I think maybe 4 more wears and I'll be able to work through this. But yeah, if you really, really like C, you just wanted it to be stronger and like more intense smelling, this is definitely for you, because that's exactly what it is. It is really pleasant. It's sweet, a little bit musky smelling. It goes a little bit mature on me, and C always has gone a little bit mature on me, which is why I don't love it. But it's nice. I definitely don't get any compliments when I wear C, and this one it performs really, really well. This one, let's see, yeah, I mean, I put it on in the morning, I could still smell it on me at 6 o'clock in the evening, so it definitely got me through an entire day. Now I did reapply at some point, but only because I wanted to, not because I needed to. So anyways, that is Armani C, the new C Intense. Next, I had been talking to somebody last week through email, and she mentioned this fragrance. This is the Sol de Janeiro Sol Cheirosa 62. It's basically the Boom Boom Cream perfume. Oh my gosh. And I had a little sample packet of Boom Boom Cream that I needed to go through. So I was like, it's perfect. It's finally warm out. So I put on my Boom Boom Cream. I layered the perfume over it and I smelled like this all day. It's a beast. It's so good. It's such a warm, yummy, really, really decadent caramel and pistachio fragrance. It's so, so good. It's so iconic at this point and so incredibly popular. but for good reason, because it smells incredible. I love it so much, and it's such a beast of a fragrance. The lotion lasts forever on, so you can apply it once and you're gonna smell like that all day. If you layer the perfume over it, you're really gonna smell like that all day. It's just such a yummy, good scent. So anyways, that is Sol de Janeiro Sol Cheirosa 62. And then last but not least, I wore this little combination here. So this is the Al Rahab Midnight Oil. And it smells identical to Midnight Fantasy from Britney Spears. It's so good. It's such a beautiful, fruity, really just a fruity fragrance. It's like a shampoo-y, fruity fragrance. Oh, it's so good. It's really, really sweet and yummy, and yeah, it smells identical to the perfume. So this is a great layering combination. The perfume on its own, I can get 3 or 4 hours out of. It's not the best performer in the world, but if you layer it over the oil, it definitely takes that up to about 6 hours. So yeah, this layering combination, I was able to get about 6 hours out of it, which is great. It got me through my work day. So yeah, from the time I woke up until I got home from work, which was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I was able to go ahead and reapply something else, which is my favorite. But yeah, I do love Britney Spears Midnight Fantasy, and if you're looking for a really good, really inexpensive alternative, check out Midnight from Al Rahab. It smells exactly like it, like identical. Or if you just want to amp up your perfume a little bit, it's a good way too. So anyways, yeah, that is Britney Spears Midnight Fantasy and Al Rahab Midnight Oil. Such a good combo. And that is going to be it, guys. Those are all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.